Okay, quick and dirty. Makita MAC 5200. Hardly ever used. Maybe 100 times it's used inside. Fill of air, change a couple of tires. But last time I went to use it, it ran and ran, and I came in and it only went up to 40 pounds of pressure. So, what did I do? On the side here, I took off the air filter cover, and when you run it, you can feel air coming out, which tells me that it's probably the reed and the actual little valves that make the air go in the proper direction. So I saw a guy had a 5200, a MAC 5200, taking it apart to fix the same thing, but it looked like a lot of work to me. So maybe there are design changes, but I was able to take off screws here, here, and on the back here, and then this cover just lifts off. Now, on the back here, there were two screws down below for this cover. And the problem that I saw watching the other gentleman's video was that the last two screws are way down in there, and they are not going to be easy to turn. You can't get a wrench in. For me, he said he put in a little hex set, a little, hex bit, and then used a wrench quarter turn at a time. So I'm not doing that. I'm too old. It just seems hard. I'm gonna cut this and fold it, or I'm gonna cut it and remove it, and then I'm gonna use zip ties and duct tape to reseal it from the weather. I imagine it's a weather seal. These things are noisy. It's not going to change the noise. It must be so it doesn't get rained on. And when I leave it, I'm going to leave it weather tight in case it ever goes outside. But I'm going to try to do this a lot faster. So that's my intentions, good or bad. I'm waiting on the parts. I'll finish it up when I can, and maybe make my first video. Okay, so the next thing I did, I took the death wheel on a Dremel, and I have my safety glasses because I cracked 3 of them, or 2 of them, and I just Dremeled it around. What I found was that if I try to do the whole thing, it actually melts the plastic, and the plastic melts back together. So you have to do it a certain way. I went a little out of order. This thing can't come out. I have it backwards, but it was like this. It couldn't come out. So basically, the flat part allows you to unscrew this and get it out of the way, and then we whizzed it, and that's where I want to go, right here. Get these things off. So that's next. All right, my next thing, I got this little hex kit on Amazon. Perfect. Find the right one, put it in my little machine here, and I'm good to go. Not sure if I'm going to have to unhook that hose or if it's just going to gracefully pop over, but we will see. Maybe I have to take the hose off. All right, let's see. All right, so I tightened 2 back up, and I was able, with my old crappy crescent wrench, to undo this, which I would recommend doing first because it was quite tight. Nice. Finish these up. Let's see what we got. There we go. All right, Looking under here, nothing. So we've got, I want to put this somewhere. One thick metal plate with the round going that way. Let me get a place to put this. All right, thick metal plate with the round on the top. Skinny little one. These are the reeds that I think are going to be broken. One reed, two reeds. All right, one reed, two reed. They both look identical. One reed, two reeds. This looks like it's comes off, but seems stuck. Oh, there's something in there. There we go. Man, this only ran 100 times. It looks pretty messed up. We got this. And then this gasket. There's a piece of something in there. Maybe that was what was stuck. Somehow that got stuck in there. All right, going to clean up the gasket. I don't want to hurt the surface area. I've got a chisel and I'm trying to be nice. It's melted on pretty hard, so I'll tend to this. If we get lucky, maybe we get it off in a couple of pieces. All right, I got it off a couple of pieces. I'm going to take some Scotch-Brite maybe, or something that I don't think will hurt, and try to get this as smooth as possible. This is probably not the best way to do it, but I'm really trying to be light with my touch here and just feel what's underneath. Trying a little bit of acetone. That seems to work pretty well. It looks discolored, but there's nothing there to catch my fingernail, so I think it's just going to be like that. I'm going to also clean these surfaces up on these metal things. There's a couple of nasty parts. Okay, I got them semi-clean. I think I'm going to reuse the gasket on the head there. It looks pretty good. And I have another one in case I need to undo it and redo it. But these are a pain in the neck to get the gasket clean. And it seems like if it's going to be thick enough and look uniform, it's just going to be the same thing. It's a gasket. That's it. It's not torn or anything. So we're putting this on. Then goes this plate like this. Now that little thing has to rest inside the underside of this. And either one of these doesn't get correct, it's going to mess things up. In the middle was this little shim, which I guess gives this room to move. So we want to put the shim back. And then this, I guess you're going to be able to see if it's in the spot. I don't know how they do it. There must be a way to do it right instead of the way I'm doing it. If I hold it under there while I put it down. I ended up just placing it on the metal and then centering this. I looked at how it looked when I just held it up. And so I have it the same way now after it's in. And I'm going to go with the old theory that maybe it'll work. So it looks perfect still. Maybe I'll take one bolt out and try to center these things like a gentleman. Everything looks perfectly in place. I'm going to drop that down. Start them all by hand. And then see how I did. That's in. In. All right, I'm going to tighten them all up and see if it works. If it works, I'll be happy. That's all I'm going to do. Let's see if this... That goes on very politely. Tighten it up, fire it up, and see if we got success. All right, before I screw everything together, I want to see if it'll make some pressure. So that's what we want to see go up. That is a win. Let the pressure out, and I'm going to button this up. All right, mine lives inside, but who knows where this will be in the future. This, when I melted it with the whizzer wheel, it made it uneven. So I'm going to use the file to try to just even it out. Or I guess I can get a sander out, but it'll gum it up. But I want to make it flat so that I can tape this. I'm going to put 2 holes in it and zip tie it. That's the modern duct tape. And then I'm going to tape it with some tape that I think will be waterproof in case it ever, I mean, this is on top of it, but why not? It's not going to take me that much longer. So I'm going to clean this up and then button it together. I'm just able to use this to get some of the high spots off. it really, there we go. They're coming off in chunks. It's melted plastic. It's either going to move like a big chunk or it's going to give you trouble. But you can try a number of different ways. This seems to work pretty well to just dig this off and get it down to one level. When I was opening it, I was trying to cut the whole thing. It kept melting back together. In the end, I cut it starting here, and then I lifted it along the way so it didn't touch. And that's how I got it to fold back. I just tied it to the railing while I was doing the work. So I'll put this together. Ended up getting an old wood file to sort of clean it up in the end so that the tape can sit flat. I'll finish it up, but between the pry bar, my fingers, and this, I mean the chisel, my fingers, and this, I'm able to clean it up pretty easily. All right, now I'm gonna put a couple of holes here. I'm leaving you where you are, but I'm just putting a couple of little holes so I can zip tie this together. And I'll give it a little tug until it's not going anywhere. Alrighty. I'll pick you up when we're finished, but the little zip tie will do the trick. I went with black electric tape. It's a little flexy and pretty waterproof. You got the good Scotch brand. So we take this. I'll show you. We got a zip tie, electric tape. All right. Intake. O-ring on the intake there. This can go back in. It has to go back in now because it doesn't want to come out the other way. There we go. I got this to break out. There's a hole in this thing. I stuck a screwdriver in. Gave it a twist to get it out. So I'll put it back in too. That seems about tightish. This goes on. The cover and the filter can go on whenever, but I'll put it on now. Should probably got the filter on, would have been easier. There it goes on. You gotta find the wing nut. Got the wing nut on. Now we got the 4 little screws on the top. And then we're gonna just run her up and see if we got it together in one piece, working operation. Seems it. All right. 4 Phillips screws, 5mm hex wrench. Probably didn't need the gasket kit, but you never know until you open it up. Got the gasket kit, got a new reed for it because somebody said that they break, and a little mini death wheel. Save some time. We're back and running. It would not go up to 40.